I want to talk about some ongoing censorship that Elon may have wiggled off the hook on a little bit here because obviously other news stories with everything going on at Trump Tower and everything going on in New Orleans kind of took over. But the story remains, and I'm going to continue to cover it because I believe that ultimately, given the proper feedback, that Elon Musk will do the right thing, that he will do what he's supposed to do. And this idea that there has been a new leadership in place at X, they're doing the exact same thing that YouTube does, the exact same thing that Facebook, Instagram does. They say, well, it's not censorship because we didn't ban you. It's not censorship because we only deboosted you. It's not censorship because we only demonetized you. Even though you pay us $11 a month, we also took away your verified check mark. It's not censorship because, we hide your posts in the algorithm. In effect, X has, and it's never gone away, but has continued to roll out more and more censorship. And it is good to see some people starting to speak out about it. And let's get into that after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2024. If you aren't using a VPN yet, you're completely missing out. And Private Internet Access is the one I use on all of my devices. If you've been following the news, you see that censorship, websites, apps are getting shut down in certain countries, all sorts of craziness. Well, a VPN helps you never have to worry about that. Private Internet Access also protects you from the prying eyes of hackers, internet service providers, and others that can view your personal data. Perhaps also just as importantly, Private Internet Access allows you to access region-restricted content from all over the world. Streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and more have different library options based on where you're located, and some shows simply cannot be accessed if you're not in the target location. Happens to me all the time. Many sports events also have regional blackouts. Well, VPNs can be a convenient way to make sure you're getting the content that you're paying for. Private Internet Access also allows you to protect an unlimited amount of devices all at the same time, so your entire household with a single subscription. And I've been working with Private Internet Access so long that I have an absolutely massive discount available to my viewers. Link in the description below. Get Private Internet Access today using my link. Save huge, protect your computers, access all the content that you've been paying for, and ensure that your internet is never censored. I want to start with this post because, many have seen Ashley St. Clair as somebody who's very close to Elon. And I think it says something that she's willing to speak out against him because we know how emotional Elon can respond to certain things. Trace, this is how censorship starts on every platform, through every avenue, throughout history. They deplatform the quote worst people so that people don't speak out because they don't want to be associated with them. Accounts are suspended without reason, ability to purchase premium removed, subscribers removed. Now we saw this happen to, Laura Loomer. We saw this happen to the Groypers. We saw this happen to a bunch of people, which we're going to take a look at in this episode. And nobody's saying anything about it. Well, there are some people who are. But all the people who actually have Elon's ear, with the exception of Ashley St. Clair, I would say, very few people are saying it. You won't hear Ian Miles Chungus talking about this. Wouldn't want to ruin his free money of what Elon retweeting him once a month, making 20 grand a month off America's suffering. If you're going to demonetize them, whatever, but remove subscribers who are individuals who are choosing to support someone privately is a very bad precedent. She's right. There's a difference between demonetizing somebody. For example, let me give you an example. Myron from Fresh and Fit. He's somebody that we've gone back and forth, but I think we agree on more things than we disagree on. So it's no point really going to war with that guy. But he's said some pretty spicy stuff about Jewish people, including various slurs and then the N-word and this, that, and the other stuff. And he's been demonetized for some time. This actually isn't a new demonetization for him. But now they also removed his check mark. I think it's one argument to say that, hey, you're saying all these naughty words. Advertisers don't want their ads to display on there. I can understand that. I can. As somebody who actually spends money to advertise, I understand that completely. That said, when you remove their subscribers, these are people that have voluntarily said, I want to give this person $5 a month, of which I'm sure X takes some percentage. I don't know this for a fact, but every other platform does this. So when you take that away from them, like Laura Loomer, I don't know if Myron had paid subs or not, but a lot of other people did. That's crazy. Now you're not saying, now you can no longer say, well, advertisers don't want to be around that. You're literally saying people who pay for my platform, in this case, if you're Elon Musk, who also want to pay you and my platform more money, we're not allowing that. The removing of personal subscribers is particularly concerning if X really wants to be the everything app and continued acquiring money transmitter licenses. Well, this is the rub. This is the By the way, have you downloaded Rumble yet? I will give you another reminder, at least as a backup. At least do me this solid. Download the Rumble app. It's free. Follow me there, okay? And maybe consider tuning into my live streams every day at 1 Eastern. You know, I'm live every day at 1 Eastern with Melanie Mack, Gothics, Luke Rodkowski, Stick Sexenhammer, Hannah Claire Brimlow. We're live every day. I have 275,000 followers there. I would love if a few thousand of you chose to watch my videos. I upload the videos to Rumble sometimes earlier than YouTube too. I don't make any ad revenue from Rumble, at least not yet. So you have this. Many are being banned. And then Tim Pool quote tweeted and said, many are being banned for the exact same reason previous ownership did it, hate speech. The former liberals are being tested and many are failing. Where Catherine Brodsky says, they are being demonetized, not banned. This is a weaselly argument that a lot of people use. Yes, it is true. You're not being banned. But demonetization is certainly a form of soft censorship. It's a way to incentivize the correct, in quotations, behavior and disincentivize the bad behavior. Many people have, I think, fairly criticized me for kind of mincing my words or diving around, dancing around certain words on the YouTube platform. Well, the reality is I've got 12 employees, and for YouTube, that's the rules they've set. But if you watch me on Rumble, very different. My live streams are very different. You have to play by the rules of the platform. I get that. But demonetization is absolutely a form of censorship. Cernovich writes, will the former liberals who claim the, quote, woke right uses cancel culture offer their platforms to those who are being banned and dechecked? That would be what a classical liberal who stands up against the woke right would do. Well, certainly all these people are welcome on Rumble. Now, there were some people that were allegedly sharing some really messed up photographs of PDB, his daughter. And apparently they got he got banned for that. They got banned for that. I don't know if that's against terms of service. I do know that it's really scummy to do. Someone's like 10-year-old daughter putting their picture on the internet and doing all that kind of stuff. I don't know. A lot of people weren't making jokes. A lot of people were making jokes about, the H-1B stuff. They got demonetized. Here you see Justin. This is a tweet from New Year's Eve. Twitter is demonetized. Remove the blue checkmark of the following accounts: Suleiman Ahmed, Stu Peters, Dr. Lupus, Myron Gaines, Jake Shields. Now, Myron and Jake, I'm more familiar with. They're posting. I don't really know much about these other people. I know that Jake has been very vocally anti-Israel, has some strong opinions about that, but that's not against YouTube's terms of service. I'm sorry, X's terms of service. I don't know. I think it's dishonest to say, hey, just because we removed your checkmark doesn't mean we're not a free speech platform. I would say you are. You are censoring them.
So it just goes to show that no one is safe and that you have to support Elon Musk and love Elon like his little pets are Ian Miles, Cheong, the Krasenstein, and all these other scammers who are getting paid to support him. And if you say anything critical about Elon's takes, then you'll be completely demonetized and have your account destroyed. And that was not what we were promised. We were.
Now, again, I have been critical of Elon Musk and not been decheck marked. And I never really make any money on X anyway. So it's not a big deal to me one way or another. But it does seem to me that this deboosting, dechecking, demonetizing, this is a direct emotional response from either Elon or people on his team. These people, as far as I know, have not broken any terms of service. So what I would say is, people say with the Groypers, right? The Groypers, we know they brigade from their telegrams. This is an obvious fact. If they were banned or demonetized for brigading, and that's against X's terms of service, then why aren't they saying that? They haven't said that. Nobody said why these people have been banned. Nobody has said why these people have been decheck marked. Nobody has said why they've been demonetized. The only thing we have to go off of is, they've been critical of Elon Musk and perhaps Israel and perhaps, the H-1B program. But we don't really know. All that we need here is transparency. If these people were using bots, if this individual, Suleiman Ahmed, if he was using bots or Jake Shields using bots, maybe. But nobody's saying anything about it. And, then Elon has the audacity to be like, hey, what's going on, YouTube? You did the same thing. You removed sharing on a Tommy Robinson video. What's up with that? Bro, you doing the same thing on X. Nina Infinity here says, you're doing the same thing with X. It's called shadow banning. Reach for the wrong thing. Clean up your own house, Elon. Bryson Gray, this is called freedom of speech, doesn't mean freedom of reach. Sound familiar? Elon, why are you demonetizing people? You're the least self-aware person on X. I mean, look, this is what I can say. Please download Rumble. Download it on your phone. If you used the app a long time ago, it's much better. There are features coming out all the time that are making it better. They've got like community feeds, I think, now, and all sorts of stuff like that. People will continue to complain about YouTube, and look, it still represents a large portion of my income, but not as big now as it did in 2024, not as big as it was in 2023. By the end of 2025, my hope is that Rumble actually represents a bigger portion. Rumble and my members program will represent a bigger portion. Now, that's a big ask, but that's my plan. Like, this idea that he would call out YouTube for censoring when X is doing the exact same thing here is wild. So it's good for people to lose. So it's not good for people to lose features on social media site when they have alternative options. People are like, oh, X is going to have a video platform. Why? They have the same problems. They have the same censorship problems everywhere else. The freest speech platform you can use in terms of video is still Rumble by a long shot. In terms of X alternatives, it's still Gab by a long shot. But not enough people use them yet. So start making that your goal in 2025 to use more new tech. And if Elon keeps heading down this road, it's not going to end well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.